Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, why not me? We all have. But sometimes, losing what we built is how we discover what we're truly made of. This is the story of a little spider who learned to stop comparing and started creating. In a quiet corner of the forest, where the morning light kissed every leaf, lived a little spider named Erin. Every day, she woke up, spun her web, and tried her best. But no matter what she did, it never felt good enough. Across the meadow lived another spider, Silk. Her webs glowed like silver rainbows when the sun touched them, and every time Erin looked at Silk's web, she whispered to herself, "Why can't mine shine like hers?" She stopped focusing on her own threads. She forgot her rhythm, her art. And one morning, as she tried to copy every perfect detail of Silk's web, her own fell apart. Then, out of nowhere, the forest wind began to howl. A storm unlike any before swept through. It tore leaves from trees, snapped branches, and when the morning came, not a single web remained. When the storm passed, Erin looked around and saw nothing. No perfect webs, no comparisons, just open space and possibility. For the first time, she didn't feel envy. She felt peace. This time, she spun not to impress, not to compete, but to express herself. Every strand carried forgiveness for the days she compared, for the times she doubted, for believing she wasn't enough. And when the light finally touched her web, it glowed, not because it was perfect, but because it was hers. You and I, we're a lot like Erin. We spend our lives looking at someone else's web, their success, their beauty, their highlight reel. And in doing so, we forget that we were never meant to weave their design. No one's journey is the same. No web is ever identical. And that's what makes yours worth building. Forgive yourself for the comparisons, for the mistakes, for the fear. Because even broken threads can become beautiful again. Your story doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to breathe. Because maybe, like Erin, you've been too hard on yourself lately. Maybe you've forgotten how strong you really are. But today, you can choose to start again, to forgive yourself, to build your web, not for the world's approval, but for your own peace. If you felt something from this story, drop a web in the comments. It's a reminder that you're still weaving, still growing, still shining. Like this video if it spoke to you. Share it with someone who needs a little hope today. And subscribe, because every week we share stories that help you heal, grow, and believe again. Until next time, keep weaving, keep believing, because your story isn't over yet.